Breaking news coming in of Prime Minister Modi there lauding the first phase of Gaza ceasefire. Well, it is Prime Minister Modi who has gone on to say that we welcome the agreement on the first phase of President Trump's peace plan. This is also a reflection of the strong leadership of Prime Minister Netanyahu. We hope that the release of the hostages and enhance the humanitarian assistance to the people of Gaza will bring respite to them and pave the way for a lasting peace. This is after the announcement that was made by Donald Trump. Do remember, Donald Trump has taken to social media platform Truth, saying that this is a historic day, talking about how it's a great day for the Arab nations and for the United States, and how the hostages will finally get to be home after completing 2 years of being in war. This is a war situation that has panned out over the last 2 years, and just 2 days after its anniversary, its second anniversary, is this announcement that has come about by Donald Trump, saying that those hostages should be home as soon as Monday. And of course, hailing the peacemaker is of course basically the families of the victims there, calling Donald Trump that peacemaker, and those peace talks that took place with other stakeholders, including Qatar, as well as we have Aditya, my colleague Aditya Rajkal, as well as Vishal joining us. Aditya Rajkal, over to you first. Of course, the Prime Minister there hailing that move that has taken place, and also speaking about the leadership of the Prime Minister of Israel.
Definitely a big announcement coming in the form of the first phase of the ceasefire, the big Gaza peace deal. In fact, Donald Trump just a few hours ago had gone to the Truth Social immediately after the press conference, where Marco Rubio had said something in his ear and given him a note which said that, he was needed for the peace talks, the last stages that had really arrived. And then going on to Truth Social, announcing the first phase of the Gaza peace plan. And thereafter, of course, Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli Prime Minister, also welcoming the first phase of the peace plan. In this first phase, all the living and those alive hostages in Gaza will be handed over, and there will be around 2,000, Palestinian prisoners who would be released as well. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi, one of the first global leaders to welcome this, Prime Minister Narendra Modi welcoming the first phase of the Gaza truce that has been arrived after 2 years of the relentless war in which countless lives have been lost. We've seen continuously bloodshed in Gaza. We've also seen many of the hostages who are still in the custody of the Hamas terror group. And apart from that, one, Bipin Joshi, one Hindu, captured there as well. His video was released yesterday by the Hostages Forum. And now the latest that we are picking up is that Donald Trump, as soon as this weekend, would be traveling to Egypt as well as Israel. And the hostages' families have also invited and written a letter to Donald Trump, inviting him to the hostage headquarters at the Hostage Square in Tel Aviv to meet the family. So it's a big moment, finally a peace deal arriving at. We'll have to see how within the next 48 to 72 hours this is implemented, because immediately after the signing in Egypt, there will be in fact hostages who need to be released within a span of 48 hours. So the next 2 to 3 days would be very, very crucial for this big deal, even as India and the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi welcome the Gaza peace deal and the first tranche of the announcement that has come in.
Aditya, also, the timing of all of this, of course, this really comes about on the heels of that second anniversary, but also just ahead of the Nobel Peace Prize reveal, with Trump positioning himself as a contender.
That's right. Donald Trump for a very long time has been wanting to get the Nobel Peace Prize. As of now, there's no guarantees that he would be there, because earlier there have been media reports that the Norwegian committee had removed the name of Donald Trump from the contenders of the Peace Prize. But continuously in media conferences, public statements, Donald Trump had been wanting to get the Nobel Peace Prize. He has said that he has solved more than 7 wars, and now perhaps the 8th war as well. In the past, we've seen the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in fact, writing a letter in support of Donald Trump to get the Nobel Peace Prize. We also saw the Pakistan Army Chief Asim Munir also writing a similar letter. Whether or not Donald Trump will get the Peace Prize, certainly the narrative seems to be in his favor, that the hostage families, people in Israel, and of course the Indian Prime Minister also welcoming the steadfast leadership of the Israeli Prime Minister, but also Donald Trump in this entire regard. We have two wars that have been raged, one for more than 3.5 years, the Russia-Ukraine war, and the Israel-Hamas war now for more than 2 years. And there had been relentless efforts for peace. As you rightly pointed out, that Qatar has also played a critical role in this brokering of the deal. And finally, in the next few hours, we'll have the signing ceremony, and then perhaps within the 72 hours, all the living hostages would be finally released.